What's up, guys? It's Todd with H24 Outdoors, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a perfect budget rod and reel for fishing wacky rigs. And I know that a lot of you guys that are new to fishing are going to be told to fish a wacky rig, and so this is going to help you narrow down that rod, especially for you guys that are balling on a budget, because I know I'm balling on a budget all the time, so I understand that grind. But this is going to be an extremely affordable combo, and not only affordable, but this is a very high quality rod. This is actually James's rod, and we were just talking a few months ago, and we were like, there's really nothing out there telling people what rod and reel combo is good for fishing a wacky rig. And we were thinking about it, and we were pulling stuff from the shop, and James and I put this rod and reel together, and this is actually James's personal rod. He bought it, and he loves fishing a wacky rig as his favorite bait to fish. I'm pretty sure from what I have gathered. And so yeah, before I talk too much on this intro, let's get into it, guys. All right, so the reel that we have is the Shimano Sienna. I'll give you guys a look at that right here. This reel comes in at 27.98. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Extremely affordable reel. Shimano does not cheap out. They make great reels. I've used one that's very similar to this reel, not this exact one, but it's got very similar components. I've had them for 3 years. They work great. I can promise you that this is going to be a reel that lasts a long time. And more importantly, the gear ratio on this reel, this is going to be a 6:4 to 1, or a 6:2 to 1, sorry, gear ratio. And basically, what that means is that if you don't know what gear ratios mean, it just means that every full turn of the handle, the line's going to go around 6 times. And so 6:4 to 1 is going to be also allowing you to do more than just wacky rig with this rod. That's a very versatile um, gear ratio, and you can do a lot with that. But as far as a wacky rig, it's fast enough to catch up with a fish if you need to, but it's also slow enough so that way when you're working it really slow, you have that. And we do have a video which I'll also leave linked about fishing a wacky rig and tips and tricks on that. So yeah, the reel is this an important part, but the rod, I would argue, is an even more important component, because the reel is just a winch. The rod is everything. The rod depends on your hookup. The rod is just, in my opinion, way more important than the reel. And this right here is the 6.6 Shimano Sojourn. It's got a very high quality handle right here. Can't complain. It's got a short butt. But the more important thing about this rod is that it is a medium fast rod, which means that when you bend it at the tip, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna pull on pull on it, and you bend it. You see it has a pretty good give there at the tip, but once you pull down, it's got a good backbone. And what that allows is it allows you for you to hook up with these fish on a wacky rig. Obviously, the hook is exposed a little bit, and this is just a little weighted weedless hook right here. And you do have to penetrate a hook. You're not pulling it through a weed guard. You're not pulling it through a plastic, but you are pulling it through the fish's mouth. So you want a little give so you don't pull it out, but you also want some backbone to drive that hook up in there, because the last thing you want to do is lose a bass, especially if you're fishing a tournament. And so this rod right here is just going to do a great job. The reason we went with the 6.6, it's a little bit shorter of a rod, but if you don't know, wacky rigs skip phenomenally. And a shorter rod makes it way easier to skip, and that fast tip also makes this way better to skip with, because it's going to whip around and transfer that energy phenomenally. And so, yeah, this rod right here is what makes the combo, and it's going to come in at $39.99. So, like I said, an extremely affordable rod. This is going to be a $70 setup, And yeah, you just really you can't beat it for 70 bucks. And I'd also like to go in and tell you what line we're throwing on this. And as you can tell right now, it's straight braid just because I had to tie the hook on here. Um, but what I'm going to recommend is 15 to 20 pound braid as your main line and a 8 pound to 6 pound fluoro leader. And for you beginners, it might be a better thing for you to just tie straight fluoro until you know a good leader knot, because leader knots are something that can be really confusing, especially when you get up to like the FG knot. The FG knot is crazy hard to learn, at least for me it was. But for me personally, I'm gonna go with that 8 pound leader. And I just like the 8 pound just because a wacky rig is something that you're going to be throwing around some cover, and it's just going to be a line that you can pull fish out with. And so, yeah, that 20 pound, I would recommend the Cortland Mastiff braid. It's kind of a new thing to me, at least, and I've been throwing that braid for about a month or two, and I love it. I'm going to switch all my rods over to it. It's very affordable. I will try to link that down if it's on our website. And so, yeah, that is a total overview of this rod and reel right here. I'll give you one more look at that. All right, guys. I just want to come on here and say thank you so much for watching. And I'm just grateful that I get to make these videos for you guys, because I know when I was getting into fishing, there was a lot of stuff that I had no clue about, and I couldn't really find stuff on YouTube about it. And so I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity to teach you guys. And I'm grateful that me and James got to figure this combo out. And like I said, this is James's combo. Like, we are not just trying to sell you guys stuff. This is a very affordable combo, and it's also just a very high quality combo, like I said. And James is a great fisherman, so he definitely knows what he's doing. And it's like I said, he bought this, so this is something that we're not recommending stuff that we don't actually believe in. And so, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.